When you think about building a successful business online, it's so easy to get caught up in the idea that there's just one right way to do it. But what if that's not true? What if success isn't a single path, but a destination you can reach from totally different directions? Today, we're going to dig into two very different blueprints for success by looking at the stories of two wildly different entrepreneurs.
So in one corner, we have Devin Brown, who we're going to call the performer. This is the guy who just owns a room, right? He's all about charisma, building his brand through pure personality, and making marketing feel like a show. Then, in the other corner, you've got Matt Garrett, the architect. He's the total opposite. He's the systems guy, the problem solver, working behind the scenes, building the software and the structures that his entire business runs on. One lives for the spotlight, the other lives in the code. So the big question is, which path is the right one? Well, here's the kicker. It's both. But, and this is a big but, before they ever found their groove, they both started in the exact same place, struggling. And their journeys, they reveal some really powerful, universal truths for anyone out there trying to build their own thing.
All right, first things first, let's just blow up a huge myth right now. That whole idea of getting rich quick online, it's a great fantasy, but it's almost never the reality. For both of our guys, the road to success was actually paved with some pretty serious failure at the beginning.
This quote from Devin Brown says it all. He was totally bought into the hype. He figured you start a business on Monday, and by Wednesday, you're rolling in cash. So he'd jump from one thing to the next, and when he wasn't a millionaire in 2 days, he'd just quit. He thought the game was rigged, not that his strategy was flawed. And the price tag on that mindset, it was steep. Before he figured it out, Devin lost tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, what a painful, expensive lesson in how entrepreneurship actually works. Success, he realized, required something he called stick-to-itiveness, and he just didn't have it yet. Now, contrast that with Matt Garrett's whole outlook. While Devin was hitting walls, Matt was seeing opportunities everywhere. For him, a problem wasn't some frustrating roadblock, it was literally the blueprint for his next product. That simple shift in perspective became the engine for his entire career.
So what changed? What was the big aha moment for them? Well, for both of them, there was this pivotal point where they stopped chasing some generic idea of what success was supposed to look like and instead just started leaning into who they really were.
For Devin, the performer, that moment was pure, unplanned chaos. He's at this huge event, his boss suddenly disappears, and he gets literally shoved on stage to fill time in front of 700 people. But instead of freezing up, his natural talent just took over. All those years as a hip-hop dancer and a school mascot kicked in. And you know what? He got a standing ovation. Just like that, his career as one of the world's top event MCs was born.
Now, Matt's turning point wasn't some big, flashy moment on a stage. Nope. For the architect, it was all about creating a repeatable process. He built a system. Step 1, he'd hit a technical snag himself. Step 2, he'd figure out a smart solution. Step 3, he'd team up with a programmer to turn that solution into a software tool. And Step 4, he'd use it, prove it worked, and then sell it. This methodical formula became his secret sauce.
Okay, so this brings us to their core philosophies. By really embracing who they were, they built these incredibly successful businesses that on the surface look nothing alike, but underneath they were both built on these powerful personal principles.
Devin's whole thing is a concept he calls edutainment. It's simple, really. He blends his love for entertaining from his dancing days with his love for teaching, which comes from his time as a Taekwondo instructor. So he doesn't just give a speech, he puts on a show. The audience is learning valuable stuff, but they're also having a blast, which means the message actually sticks.
And Matt's philosophy? Totally different. You could call it problem as product. His entire business is literally built on solving his own headaches. So when Google changes an algorithm or a WordPress site starts acting up, he doesn't just fix it for himself. He creates a tool that fixes it for everyone, turning his own pain points into profitable software.
So let's boil this down because this is the key difference. Devin, the performer, builds through connection. His personality, his authenticity, that's what creates this powerful network of people who want to work with him. His network is his biggest asset. For Matt, the architect, the product is king. The code itself provides so much value that he builds his network around it, with affiliates and partners who want to promote his solutions. For him, the solution is the asset.
Okay, so we've got these two totally different guys on two totally different paths. So what's the big takeaway for us? Well, it turns out their stories are packed with these universal truths that apply to any entrepreneur, whether you're a performer, an architect, or maybe a little bit of both.
So what's in their shared toolkit? Well, first, that's stick-to-itiveness. They both learned that consistency beats chasing the next shiny object, every single time. They both learned to embrace obstacles as opportunities. And crucially, they both found massive success by leveraging partnerships and just being their authentic selves. Oh, and as Matt points out, it's also about balance, knowing when to shut the laptop and actually live a life that fuels your work.
And honestly, Devin just sums this whole idea up perfectly with this quote. He believes every single one of us has a unique song inside, and our job is to find it and just sing it as authentically as we possibly can. For him, that song was edutainment on a stage. For Matt, it was building elegant solutions with code. The medium doesn't matter nearly as much as the authenticity.
So, this all comes back to you. What's your entrepreneurial song? Are your strengths in performance and connection, like Devin? Or are you all about systems and solutions, like Matt? The real lesson here is that there's no single right answer. There's only the one that is authentically 100% yours.